Yeah,
What
baby.
the fuck?
Hey, you want
Oh
some
yeah, we're talking about four-time
Bro.
winner.
Is that your dad?
Four-time winner. Four-time winner.
Oh shit! Oh.
Four-time winner.
Oh,
Four-time.
sorry.
Four-time.
Oh.
Four-time. Fortnite. Four-time. Tifu. Woo! Woo! Yeah, baby. Have a little sip.
No.
Come on down. Woo!
Fuck, dude! There's so much fucking shit, man.
I'm Rob,
And I'm Ron.
and this is RnR Esports, your source for the biggest esports stories of the week.
And as always, we hope you guys enjoyed the opener clip. We know we're spamming Tfue clips, but the dude is a beast.
He is.
He's the talk of the town, and now his
taking
dad
over
is pouring
gaming.
champagne on him. So, but anyway, as always, we have 3 news stories for you guys this week. We have esports in Vegas, Olympic gamers, and high res or low res.
And before we get into those, let's cover the scorecard. So Friday Fortnite, once again, same winners as always, Tfue and Cloak. No surprise there.
Four-time champions is crazy.
They're just going to make a living off Friday Fortnite.
Pretty much. And there's new tournaments being made, and they're winning those too. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And, well, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Next up.
Moving on, we have Navi versus Big in ESL 1 Cologne, and Navi won 3-1, and that's your Counter-Strike event of the week.
We had a PUBG Invitational, and Ghost Gaming took it over Set to Destroy X. But if you remember last week, Set to Destroy X actually won a H1Z1 tournament.
So they're making moves.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive because I've never heard of their team until
Recently,
last week.
yeah.
So
And then we also had the HCT Italy tournament, which was won by Hunter Ace. He played against Vardu, and he won 3-1. Right now, there's a 4-way tie for this is kind of like the midpoint of the season
Yep.
for the summer split. And right now, there's a 4-way tie in NA, so it's kind of interesting. See who's going to become top dog. The spring split was won by Team Liquid, and they are one of the top 4 teams right now. So we'll see if they make it to playoffs and win again. And then over in EU, you have 2 top dogs, which is G2 and Misfits, and they're both undefeated. So we'll see which one can get a loss first, pretty much.
yeah, see if they screw anything up in the coming games.
Yeah.
So moving on to the stories. Our first one is going to be covering Foundry 4, and they are, well, if you remember a previous episode we made,
Way back in the day.
way back when, they were talking about possibly making an esports title from the ground up, but I kind of feel like maybe they realized that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
So instead, they've basically turned into investors for esports, and they teamed up with MGM Grand, who owns a lot of the hotels in Las Vegas, and they're going to bring gaming events to the main stage in Vegas. So
That's
basically
good.
like
I mean,
World Series of Poker, but add in gaming.
Yeah, we found out that they're focusing on Battle Royale, so I'm sure you're going to see some of the popular titles, but not all of them, because
Nope.
it looks like you can't have blood violence.
No blood, and they even said no models of real life guns. So
RIP
basically,
to PUBG.
Fortnite is going to be your game of choice.
Maybe Realm around.
Maybe Realm
Yeah.
if it stays around. But yeah, one of the founders, I forget his name, he really wants to focus on Battle Royale for these specific tournaments because he sees a lot of similarity between that and poker, which I kind of agree with him because he's talking about how the playing field gets smaller, people have to be forced into a fight, which is definitely similar to poker because the blinds go up, people start running low on chips, they're kind of forced to.
I like the analogy. That's
Yeah.
clever. Yeah.
So we'll
Kinda
see
forced
how
to
it
go all
works. It sounds like they're gonna gear it towards everyone, including kids, which is kind of annoying because I doubt you'll be able to gamble right at first.
Yeah.
But if it grows, I wouldn't be surprised if they start creating events where you can play maybe more violent games and actually gamble.
Yeah. Dude,
'Cause
honestly, like if they announced this and there was gambling, you would go there this year.
I would.
You would
I'd
literally
just
go
move.
there this year.
Play Rocket League 1v1s or something.
Yeah. But it sounds like they're also going to be trying to grow awareness to this, kind of maybe taking the direction of Fortnite by pairing athletes or celebrities with favorite streamers to kind of grow some attraction to it and build some hype.
Yep.
So I think that's a smart move. It's obviously working for Fortnite. So
They're going to call it the Suit Series, so kind of like a reference to poker there. And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get like some of the big poker players to
that's
join
true.
it too, just to basically like bring the spotlight to it.
Yep.
So I'll be eager to see how that turns out. I hope they don't screw it up.
Yeah. Because it could be big, honestly.
Yep.
But what also could be big is I'm sure you guys have heard of the Olympics in the news talking esports,
Yep.
which they had the meeting or having the meeting? Having it, right?
it 21st of July.
Yeah, so it's coming up right around the corner. That's going to be, I guess, hold on, it's a couple episodes away. We'll probably cover it
Yeah, like
and
2
get
episodes.
the final verdict. But it doesn't sound like it's going to be going the way of esports yet.
Not yet.
Not ready for it. Instead, they want to kind of just bring communities together and support the movement maybe in the future once esports are kind of better established.
Yeah. They said they're not completely opposed to the idea of having esports events, but they want it to be like FIFA, basically, how FIFA kind of is like this overarching league.
Bubble, yeah.
Yeah, that has their eyes on every soccer team. They want a similar thing to happen with each of the esports that are going to make it in. So you could kind of say Overwatch or League of Legends are like that already.
They're
But-
very established. Like
Yep.
they're very organized. They have like their own leagues.
Yep.
So
And I think that's just going to be the biggest thing is taking the organization that exists now and incorporating it with the Olympics.
yeah,
And I don't blame them for not wanting to jump the gun, because
yeah.
someone getting a gold medal
In the
like in the
Olympics.
early games is just kind of, I don't know. Like if it was too easy, it'd kind of be disappointing. It'd be like,
Yeah,
well,
I
you have a
honestly,
gold, but
I think
you
it's
got
just
it the first like time, or the very first
yeah.
start of esports. So I don't know.
I think it is just like too soon. Like
Mm-hmm.
our friend Eric, Games Online, he's a big sports fanatic. He is totally against this, and I'm sure more than half of the population is right now.
Yeah.
But I think one of the big selling points is that this Olympics is in Tokyo, which is
Yeah.
gaming heavy. So I don't know. It would have been cool to see it there. I'm sure it would have been a success, but I think it is too soon. I think there would have been way too much just bad press.
Yeah.
So probably a
And
smart
then-
move. I'm sure years from now, the next Olympics, I mean, there could be a whole different mindset on gaming, and it's moving so quick and growing so fast that it wouldn't surprise me if there is something
Yeah.
in years to
That's 4 years is a long
come.
time.
Yeah.
And they mentioned that, they mentioned in 2020 there's no chance, and they say in 2024 there is a possibility if some of these esport leagues can get like a very firm base and become perfectly organized.
And like the top dog.
Which I'd
yeah.
say League is already there. Overwatch is pretty much there. And those are probably going to be 2 of the first games you'll see.
Yeah.
Because some of the people they invited to this talk are the CEO of Riot, the president of Blizzard, and then they have a rep from Epic Games. So Fortnite is your 3rd game.
Yep.
What do you know?
Shocker there. We'll see if it's we'll just move on. Talking of battle royales and kind of a Fortnite competitor now. I mean, it was pulling some more views than it is Realm Royale, but Realm has kind of fallen off pretty fast, I'd say. But Keemstar, who runs the Friday Fortnite tournaments, which we cover on the scorecard every week, announced a 100K Saturday Realm Royale tournament, which is gonna it's gonna be a 2v2 format, like kind of similar to Fortnite, but it's 5 times the prize.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Which is
crazy.
weird, because I was telling Ron, like, Fortnite blew up, but if this actually happens every Saturday, it's literally going to take Realm from, like, 0 to 100 in, like, a month.
Yeah,
Like, it hasn't been out long, and somehow there's already $100,000 tournament.
Dude, yeah, and that's why we're saying, like, the title high res or low res, like, is this a smart move from high res to kind of, they got to be throwing a lot of eggs in one basket here.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Realm is a good game, and I think they're running with it right now, and they're kind of really are hoping it stays taken off and soaring. So
They're just really bad at listening to the community, though. It's, like, unbelievable.
it is crazy.
I'm sure a lot of you who get on Reddit, I'm sure if you play the game, you see, like, every week they'll patch something that no one was even complaining about.
Yeah.
And then people are like, why'd you change that? And they're like,
Yeah.
well, we just thought we'd add some changes into the game just to get an idea of how the community feels. And they're like, are you kidding me?
Dude,
The community loved your game, and now you're destroying it.
And I mean, honestly, so High Res is a company that makes 3 pretty popular games. So you have Smite, you have Paladins, and then you have probably their most popular game now is Realm Royale, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But man, they are known for Smite. When they release a god, it is so overly broken. Like, you haven't even played in the last like couple months. You haven't even experienced Baron Samedi. He is unbelievably broken. He's getting like patched and then patched again like a couple days later. It's just, who tests this stuff? I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I don't know
it
what
blows
they
my
do
mind.
there.
But as for the format of the tournament, you have you have multiple teams of 2, and you can't double up on classes, which we kind of both agreed on is cool. Because with Realm Royale, what sets it apart is that you have 5 classes to choose from. You have like a mage, a warrior, an assassin, a hunter.
Yep.
Is it only 4?
There's only no. Mage.
Oh, engineer.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have 5 classes to choose from. They each have kind of like unique attributes that they bring to the team, but you can't double up because everyone's saying like mage is OP, so you can't run like 2 mages or something like that. And you want to have the lowest score possible at the end of 10 rounds played. So you get a score on your placing. So for example, if you are placed 5th, then you get 5 points. But every elimination that your team gets is -1 point. So points can add up, and basically, like I said, the lowest score wins the tournament.
Yep.
So there must be, I haven't been on Realm in a while, I don't know if you've seen it, there must be some sort of private match or something where these teams are dropping in all at once.
Yeah, there's not yet, but
I'm sure
I
it's
mean,
coming,
they could
yeah.
easily have it like on the side just for the tournament.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be a difficult thing to set up, but it sounds like it will be a private match, which will be nice.
Yeah.
I don't really like the Fortnite way where it's just like kill a bunch of casuals
As fast as you possibly can,
I
yeah.
don't know. It just
It
like
would be more
someone could
competitive.
get a lucky lobby where there's a lot of bad people.
It is true. People, what is it called, RNG or whatever?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. But a lot of people are talking about it. One of the more popular people talking about it, he's a very popular Smite streamer. He goes by Weekend. He's the bad boy of Smite. He goes by the bad boy. It's a funny interview. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. But yeah, he's basically just calling out Realm Royale, and he's saying they're banking on these 100K weekly tournaments that could possibly just bring Fortnite players over for a day.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll play Realm for one day if I have a chance of winning 100K, and then come Sunday, I'm back on Fortnite practicing for my Friday tournament.
Yep.
I think that could spiral into a disaster for high res.
Yeah, I don't think it's a game where you necessarily need to be playing a lot because a lot of it's just like hand-eye coordination skill based.
Yeah.
It's not like Fortnite where you have to learn how to build a freaking mansion. So I think this guy could be right where people are just going to hop over, win the money, and then go back to whatever their favorite game is.
Yeah. And then you have Duke Sloth also on Twitter kind of voicing his opinion. He's thinking that the game released too early. It became too popular too fast to keep it healthy and to keep it alive.
Yeah.
Which I can kind of see that. He said the game was/still is in a testing phase, and it just got too much attention too quickly. So
I agree with him only because High Res doesn't know how to handle their games. Like if they
Yeah.
knew how to patch what people cared about and leave what people liked, then it'd be fine. But
they would dominate.
they keep just doing stupid stuff, and then people are like, well, I'm not playing until the next patch. And then like I've done the same thing, and then I don't even know when the next patch is, so then I just don't play for like a week, and then whoops,
But
there goes a huge player base.
Yeah. Our next scorecard will have the winner of the Saturday Realm Royale tournament. If Tfue and Cloak are in this and win that, I'm actually done. But we'll see. But anyway, guys, that's all we have for episode 5 of RnR. We will catch you guys next Tuesday. Have a good one.
Later.